There's a light, and I can see it in your eyes. There's a memory of the way you used to be. Nothing's gone, it still shines every time you turn it up. And when you slow it down.
It's a new day.
De dire ensemble qu'on est fort.
We got wonderful people from coast to coast to coast.
People working every night and day. On ne se donne jamais de temps. Des factures à l'infini. Modèle, y'a rien qui va disparaître. Si tu te donnes un peu d'espace et suis la musique dans ta tête.
I worry about my kids every day because the world is not giving them the opportunity that I was given when I was their age. That's for sure.
Well, just in Newfoundland and Labrador, a few years ago we had 3 paper mills. Now we're down to 1.
I just look at my parents. My father is a retired CAW worker from Ford. My brother works at Chrysler's, and my mother is now in the hospital. And I look at the pension that enables him to be able to live where he does, the benefits that he needs to be able to pay for the things my mother needs right now. And if that wasn't around, I have a lot of friends that don't have a pension or benefits, and I see how they struggle just to pay for a prescription, and I don't know what they're going to do when they try to retire.
I worked some precarious jobs. I've gotten to experience working 2 or 3 part-time jobs just to make ends meet. And a lot of those jobs that I had were non-union jobs. And I remember busting my butt. And, you know, you didn't have breaks because you had to get the job done. And you felt that if you didn't get it done, you'd be out of a job.
C'est une baisse de nos conditions de travail, c'est une baisse de salaire, c'est une baisse de tout. 44 qui veulent nous enlever.
Il faut comprendre que cette usine-là est rentable. Elle est implantée ici à Bécancour depuis 1976. Et pendant toutes ces années, 99 du temps, l'usine fonctionnait à pleine capacité.
You see certain groups or individuals suggesting that unions are the cause of unemployment or unions are the cause of certain companies failing, and that's not the case at all.
Puis la droite, on peut le voir récemment, là, tout ce qu'ils font, c'est de frapper ces travailleurs, que ce soit... En fait, ça vient toujours du niveau politique, d'où là l'importance de s'impliquer en politique.
We're up against that right-wing corporate agenda, and we're constantly fighting, and why we have to fight for such basic things, I do not know.
Mais ça a toujours un impact sur le simple travailleur qui est en bas complètement, qui n'a pas de fonds de pension, qui n'a pas de conditions de santé et sécurité au travail, qui n'a aucune reconnaissance de l'employeur, qui a été juste un numéro, puis c'est tout.
We are being attacked on all sides, and I think it's time to become more active, more united.
I think there's a very important place for unions today. There's quite the divide happening in Canadian society. The rich are getting richer and the middle class is actually eroding. And hopefully this new union will get the message out to everyday Canadians that unions aren't a bad thing, they're actually a very good thing, and we can get more people in the union.
Get the youth on board, get the community on board. What's happening around us calls for something different, and I think that's where we should go.
Le plus de syndiqués qu'on a dans une société, meilleures sont la qualité de vie.
It's so amazing to belong to a national union because the support, the emotional support we received from other locals coming out and flying their flags and The donations that they gave to help a lot of these single moms was incredible.
You're part of a family, and being a part of the family, everybody has your back. And when people have your back, things go a little bit smoother.
I get goosebumps thinking about it because we had members walking by and sticking their strike paycheck in somebody else's pocket.
There's always somebody looking out for you, somebody there to back you up.
Je trouve de nos jours, sans un syndicat, les travailleurs sont exploités et abusés, manque de respect et tout. Mais avec un syndicat, on peut garder notre travail plus longtemps et on peut avoir de l'égalité surtout.
Tantôt, on s'est retrouvés en pleine nuit dans la rue, en lockout. On se sent seul. On a trouvé ça quand même assez pénible. Bon, petit à petit, avec le SCEP, on s'est rendu compte qu'on avait énormément d'appui, autant des sections locales que nos dirigeants.
When you're in a new country or a new region, you don't know much about it, and sometimes you don't know when you make some mistakes, and then union is on your side, so it's always good to have a union.
Coming from a non-union environment to a company like this or with a union, the biggest thing for me is keeping, especially young workers, safe.
Eh bien, lorsque quelque chose qui nous désavantage ou qu'on n'est pas d'accord selon notre employeur, on peut se retourner vers le syndicat que eux autres sont en mesure de nous donner les outils nécessaires et pouvoir nous protéger. Car tout seul, souvent, on n'est pas capable d'aller.
Most local communities like this and small communities depend on seasonal job, whether it be fishing industry, whether it be tourism, whether it be construction. And this is what keeps the communities alive and keeps the communities growing. These are basic things and fundamental things that without our union, I don't think we would have today.
The CAW, as I'm sure the CEP has done for years, they've had a great social mandate out there to work within the community, to help the community. Your job is most important, but it's also what goes on around you that's important as well.
Tu sais, on peut pas reculer, on peut pas, si ça avance trop vite. Au moins, de garder ce qu'on a, de préserver ce qu'on a. Puis si on est capable d'aller chercher davantage, parce que au niveau des avantages, quand un travailleur ou une travailleuse a des avantages, bien, toute la société en bénéficie automatiquement.
This mill is my family. I love the mill. We came here like 1967. My dad is a millwright. My dad worked here many, many, many years. I'm here. I've lived in the town site, so the mill itself is in my heart.
Unions in particular small communities are super important. It's all interconnected here. You know, if something happens to this mill, the car dealerships suffer, the restaurants suffer, everybody suffers. It's all a chain event here, so it's really important that we remain involved with the community and to have their support. Our union local, 1119, help the company stay on top of things and stay afloat. We do see the success of our efforts today. It's really good times right now, I would say.
S'évader, tout est bien plus beau ailleurs, trouver quelque chose de mieux. Modèle, ouvre grand tes beaux yeux bruns, sans le rythme dans ton cœur, le moment est opportun.
I really am excited the fact that the two unions are joining together.
Alors, le nouveau syndicat, on sait le nom aujourd'hui, là, Unifor, tu sais, pour s'unir, pour être plus fort dans le fond, pour essayer de contrer les multinationales de ce monde aujourd'hui.
It should be different. It's not the CAW's constitution we're getting one that is voted in from both sides. So It's a different union. It's a new union. It is not the CAW or the CEP. It will be something new together.
You know, taking the good from CAW and taking the good from CEP and merging it into one, so it's one great union.
Just happy that, you know, there's more numbers. I'm all about strength in numbers.
Et le fait que Unifor pourrait devenir plus large au niveau de la société, je crois que ça serait quelque chose de vraiment bien.
We're facing a big world out there, and there are a lot of different roadblocks that are ahead of us, but we have our union that's going to stay and keep us all strong together.
Oui, on a des attentes. On a des attentes dans le sens où on pense qu'on va pouvoir passer à une nouvelle ère où ça va nous permettre de conserver au maximum nos emplois.
It's not just for unions, it's for working people. It's for people in the community. It's for people that are working temp, because I believe that people that work for temp agency, they really get the poor deal because temp agency takes most of their money and they get less.
It's going to build a bigger group of people. It's a bigger bank of knowledge, and I think it's going to be good for definitely the workers and I think for Canadians in general.
I would look at more connections with other locals in the area. Now that we've merged, we have a lot more locals that we have access to be able to do joint ventures with.
There's a role for Unifor to advocate on our behalf with the government.
It seems like now government is taking the corporate role on and is playing our major battles now is with government.
Le plus de monde qu'on est, le plus de pouvoir et le plus de force qu'on peut avoir pour faire changer les conditions ou des choses comme l'assurance emploi.
Unifor, pour moi, c'est ce que c'est. Se rejoindre avec d'autres groupes, sociétés, et puis d'ensemble faire nos batailles, puis de devenir vainqueurs.
We must reach out at large to the community and Canada-wise.
Organizing has got to be its primary focus.
It's more now than ever because of all the exporting of jobs.
I'd like to see them very involved in pension to make sure the worker is looked after.
It's branching out across 20 sectors. People they've never branched out to before, unemployed, self-employed.
Ouais, c'est une bonne chose parce qu'il y a beaucoup de travailleurs qu'on laisse de côté, quoi. On les oublie et ils doivent se battre tout seuls pour avoir les gains. Je trouve ça pas juste.
The whole right-wing agenda has sort of taken roots in the Canadian social, political fabric. We have to relaunch our struggle again to gain back what we have lost.
We're in the middle of the downtown east side, one of Canada's poorest neighborhoods. I've always found it interesting that where our union office is, if I go 4 blocks to the west, some of the most expensive apartments in Canada, $8 million, $10 million even, on the waterfront. If I come 4 blocks to the east, I'm in the middle of one of the poorest neighborhoods in Canada. Right from the beginning, the loggers who were injured, right through to today, the precarious workers who only work a little bit and then lose their jobs, end up on the street, end up homeless. The system produces that. Our union, I hope, will be willing to take a look at that and commit itself to changing that system to make sure that places like the downtown east side no longer exist.
We really need to kick our young workers program into high gear so we have the leadership for the future.
Le printemps érable a été... En fait, ça l'a inspiré plusieurs jeunes, puis ça a fait comprendre aux jeunes aussi que tu peux faire changer les choses.
Les jeunes sont beaucoup plus conscients du travail famille à cette heure qu'on l'était dans le temps. Ils sont moins enclins à donner du temps à l'usine et à couper du temps à la maison. Fait que pour faire ça, il faut qu'on soit ensemble, qu'on soit solidaire. Ça prend un syndicat en bout de ligne.
Je pense que la base est tellement importante pour redonner un souffle à nos jeunes, de dire que c'est dynamique puis que c'est capable de revendiquer, parce que c'est un droit qu'on a au Canada puis au Québec en particulier, d'être capable de dire ce qu'on pense.
I noticed in my peer group, there isn't a lot of knowledge. Not too many people are involved or educated. They don't really know what's going on. So I think The new union is an opportunity to kind of spread the word and make it more public.
The fact that they're kind of going to be a union for all and going for people who aren't unionized, I think is a really great idea.
It's going to put the communities back on our side, I think, when they see that we're out there and we're reaching out to everyone.
Ce qui m'emballait aussi plus particulièrement, c'était les chapitres communautaires. En fait, que le syndicat va aussi s'impliquer dans la communauté.
We want our new union to be a voice on all these social issues and actually get out of that traditional mode of thinking about trade unions. And I think that is the first step of building some bridges with the broader community.
The power that we will have, not only within our own little local, but across Canada, will be incredible.
It's a very unique name. It's Unifor, so that means it's for everyone.
It suggests such a great partnership, brotherhood, or sisterhood in terms.
Unifor, tu sais, pour s'unir, pour être plus fort dans le fond.
We are for the people.
Unifor pour l'avenir.